Hello everyone. So next very important interview question, how to skip test from a specific module without using enable attribute in the TestNG. So let's try to understand this question first. So as example, let's consider we have these 5 TestNG methods. So in case I know that payment module is having some known issue, so I don't want to execute a test from the payment module. So what I can do is I can simply use the enabled here, right? Normal scenario is enabled is equals to false. Okay, so if we run this with the help of TestNG XML, let's run it. So it did not execute the test1, which belongs to the payment module. Okay, so this is the normal case. So with the help of this enabled attribute, we are skipping the test execution without using any condition. So in case in real-time project, we can have multiple tests belongs to this payment module. There can be 50, 100 or more than 100 as well, right? So what we have to do is you will require to write this attribute like this for this test, for every test which belongs to the payment module. Okay, so in general it is not feasible to write this attribute for each and every test, right? So what will be the best and easy way to handle this scenario? So we have already divided our test into different groups by using this groups attribute. So we just need to read the which test are belongs to the payment module. Okay, if test belongs to the payment module, we will skip those. So I created this my TestNG listener class inside the listeners package under src test java. So this class should implements IAnnotationTransformer. So this is the listener we need to use. So this listener contains single method transform. So in this transform method, first I created one string parameter, string module to skip, and that is payment. So this parameter you can create in a config.properties file, and from there you can read. Okay, so it will be easy for you to update the module you want to skip. Just provide the value in the properties file. Okay, so for now I have added inside the transform method itself. Now we need to check which test belongs to the payment module. So for that purpose we can use this annotation dot get groups. So this will return the array of the group names. So now using simple for loop, you can scan each and every group from this array, and if it is equal to payment, then we will skip it. So for, let's say, string type of group name, okay, from this array groups, if this current group, if group name dot equal ignore case, if it is equal to module to skip, then we need to skip the test. So again we will use the annotation dot set enabled is equals to false, and once we skip it, just use the break statement here to come out of the for loop. So in case you need to skip the multiple groups, like multiple modules, then you need to change this logic for that purpose. So currently we are skipping single module payment. So using this transform method, we have created our custom logic to skip the test depending upon the condition. So that condition can be anything. So for now we have used the module name. You can use any condition as per your requirement inside this transform method. So next step is just go to the TestNG XML, and here we need to provide the listener information, listeners, and here we have this listener. So class name is our listener class name. So this is our class name, and this class available inside the listeners package. So we need to provide the package name as well. Okay, so listeners dot my TestNG listener. So if you run this TestNG XML file, it will skip test1 and test3 as those are belongs to the payment module. Okay, so we got execution bar 2, 4 and 5. Test1 and test3 got skipped. Okay, so we have skipped the test execution depending upon some condition that we added in our transform method. So if you want to skip multiple modules, how we can do that? Let's see now. So let's say I want to skip payment and let's say add product. So I will create same string variable here. So this time I am going to store string modules to skip. Here I will create one string, and in a single string I will write the name of the module separated by the comma. So first module is payment, comma. Second module I want to skip is add product. Okay, easy way to write your modules to skip. Then we require the groups, so I will just copy this. So first we need to separate the module names from this string. So what I can do is I will create module to skip dot split, and on the comma I am going to split. So this will give me the array. So again we will reiterate every value from that array. So for every group, groups, if, okay, we need to scan the groups names now. If the current group, or what we can do is first I will get this array. So we will use the arrays dot as a list and just provide the array name here. Okay, so we got the list representation for this array. So if that list contains, okay, so if that list contains the group name, okay, then simply annotation dot set enabled false. So now if we run, the test belongs to payment and add product will not be executed. So only test 2 and test 4 will be executed. Okay, so logic is working fine. So this same logic should work when your test is belonging to multiple modules. So currently if you see, our tests are belonging to single module. Okay, for example, let's say this test is belonging to search, product and payment. So few test cases can be part of multiple modules. So whatever logic we have written in this my TestNG listeners should work for this scenario as well. So search product is not available in the module to skip, but we have payment, right? So this test one should be skipped. So same logic should work. Okay, so only test 2 and test 4 got executed. So we have multiple modules to skip, and we have a TestNG method belongs to multiple groups as well. So this is how you can create a condition on which you can skip the TestNG methods using IAnnotationTransformer.